All right, you know what time it is. Nightmare Zone, the endless season, well, the quote-unquote endless season, episode 2. No shout-outs this time, as I haven't caught up to any of it, and instead I'm going to answer some questions during the loading screen. The first one was, I see a few comments asking the same thing. They were hoping that I would have basically done another kind of naked playthrough where I don't bring any stuff with me. And the reason I did not do that for this playthrough is because I have more of an objective than the 100 days. I've probably oversold the 100 days thing. My real goal is people want nightmare-themed guides. They want, how good are these skills in the Nightmare Zone? And in order to do that, I need to establish a base in a timely manner, and I need to farm a ton of influence up so I can buy all the skill books and whatnot. And if I were to play with just like a naked play with random survivors, that would just slow the process down. I would have to find, a gardening guy, I'd have to find like a mechanics guy. I'd have to basically go through the whole process all over again, and I'd have to grind out even more daybreak prestige points in order to get the base up and running. And like I said, I've already proven that in the first season of Nightmare Zone Season 1. So I really didn't want to do that because I want to get into video production for the Nightmare Zone more.
The collection is huge, but the prices are high. Maybe we should check it out.
Good idea.
So we got a Warlord quest. Let me check to see if we have bloater grenades, because that's what we're going to need to deal with those guys. And the answer is no. This is currently upgrading, so we can't really do any. So I don't really want to do that quest, because I do know you have to fight some human opponents in that one. What is our status? I don't really remember what we did last time. Either way, though, it looks like we need medicine, and we need... Is anyone a citizen yet? No one is a citizen, so I guess Ladislaw is up. Step up to the plate.
People ask me if Red Talon has a plan for rebuilding the rest of the world. One problem at a time, folks. One problem at a time.
Let's go ahead and make some light bolts, get the bonus, because we have a bolt crafting tool set, and we have someone who has knowledge of craftsmanship, so that we get the maximum number of bolts from that. How's this weapon looking? A little banged up. We don't have any alternatives though, so let's just throw it in here, repair it, and put it back on. So the other thing I want to talk about was, people talk about, burnout in the game and whatnot, and I'll say one thing is that State of Decay is not a live service game. I think people got the wrong impression, and this is Undead Labs' fault. It's not people's fault for having the wrong impression. They talked about how there was going to be like frequent updates. They're like, oh man, we're going to do all these neat things to get updates and whatnot, but I think that gave people the idea that regular updates would be similar to having a live service type of setup, such as Fortnite, where they basically have like monthly updates, but that's not the kind of game State of Decay is. State of Decay is supposed to be a game that basically launches as a complete product, and it's not really supposed to get a whole lot of after-game support. It's supposed to be more like Elder Scrolls, where the game is basically completed at launch, and anything you get is a slow trickle of content, just periodic updates. Not exactly, but I think people just got the wrong impression, and I believe they got the wrong impression simply because Undead Labs sold the updates in a way that made them sound more meaningful. So, if you're getting burned out of the game, my recommendation is to stop playing the game. My recommendation is to take a break. We got some fuel over there, let's grab it. To be more specific, people have they really want the new update to come out. They really want that new Return to Trumbull Valley. If you're feeling burnt on the game, yeah, just put it down. Set the game down and wait until the update comes out for Return to Trumbull County. Like, if the Nightmare Zone didn't really do anything for you, then you should absolutely take a break. Don't play a game if you're not having fun with it. The point of the game is to be entertaining. And there is such a thing as delayed gratification, that is to say, kind of working for your entertainment, but you do need to be entertained at some point in time. Like, if you've been playing the game for a while and you're just not getting any more enjoyment out of it, set it down and pursue something else for a little bit. That is the Fox recommendation. That is how I avoid burnout. And it has served me pretty well. Doesn't stop me from going on breaks on games. Like, I haven't played Warframe in quite a while, even though I've played that for years. Excellent. Got me a rucksack. Parts. Okay, let's put this in the back. If we can get a second rucksack out of this, that would be nice. Excellent. Another rucksack and a gas canister. Place is proving to be quite lucrative. I guess I should talk a little bit about the whole Nightmare base. So what my plan is to move into Squelones Brewery so that I can start farming a lot of influence. Because I need a lot of influence, and then perhaps I will move into Whitney Field. Once I have influence capacity, plus a little bit of extra, you know, I like to have a few thousand influence worth of extra supplies to sell.
I got nothing here.
So still pretty good stuff here, even though I was kind of hoping we'd get a second rucksack, but still pretty good stuff. Now we can swap the mod out for this. Go ahead and do that. Put in this. Let's go ahead and get that preparing, because I don't think we're going to be prepared for... There's no... Someone said there was like a... Okay, that must be the beekeeper's house right there. Yeah, someone said that the beekeeper's house would have a rucksack of medicine in it, so let's quickly go grab that. One thing that's nice is I don't feel the pressure to really do a whole lot anymore. You know, I've already beaten all the legacies, already proved that it can be done basically from scratch. Like if you were a brand new player who just bought the Ultimate Edition, and what are you gonna do? We got this Feral who probably is gonna chase me all the way. Mark him. Hoping that he would stay still a little bit. Oh, he still got me, even though I dodged it. Greatly improved in standing, very nice. How is the damage on the weapon after swinging it out with him? Got about half its durability lost. Let's go ahead and repair it. Okay, I can do it this way. One question I had, why don't I like endurance? I'm reminded because we have endurance. And the reason for it is simply because it's not a good idea to take damage. Obviously, you will take damage, but I don't like the idea of creating a character whose goal is to trade offensive power for... Oh, that's right, we're going to go for the Beekeeper's house. who's going to trade offensive power for getting hurt more. Like, I definitely think that it's a better idea to plan for not getting hurt and carry equipment that helps you out if you do get hurt than it is to build a character whose design is to get hurt.
It's almost down.
Basically, in this case, the best defense is a good offense, and perhaps an even better defense than that is to not have to fight them in the first place. If you had a character that was specialized to have a ton of health and endurance, that might be a good character for fighting the enemy humans. Just because having a ton of health can be useful there, and your melee skill doesn't really come in handy. But at the same time, I still think that rather than using a kind of brute force approach like that, I think it's just better to use bloater grenades. You know, use your gadgets, use your tools to defeat the enemy. Pushing the wrong buttons. We're getting out of play for a moment.
I got an offer for you.
Did? Couldn't tell. This is where I love scouting. You can see, I can see all the loot through the walls. So convenient. Excellent. There's our medical ruck. Gonna need more than that, but it's a start. Parts don't hurt. We always need more of those, and the last one is outside. He already heard it, so let's go ahead and just fast search it. If you don't know why I fast searched it, I wasn't looking at that zombie, I was actually looking at my radar blips, and when that zombie shouted, I noticed that the radar blips immediately began moving towards me, meaning they heard it. So if I go loud and fast search, even if I broke something and triggered additional zombies, we already made plenty of noise, so would not matter. Drop this crap off. Looks like day is breaking, which is always nice.
Hey, I made it back with plenty of stuff.
Keep the Molotov. Survivor activity, let's go see what they want.
Be there in 2 shakes.
Wow, look at all these screamers. How close does that get us to being... Oh, no, he's still got a ways to go, but we got about 40% of the way. So I did learn something from the Rouse method, and that is that, you know, maybe sometimes you gotta give people a chance. I definitely know there's bad quests and there's good quests, so I'm gonna give people a chance. Looks like they're running the wrong way, otherwise I might have kept going. Don't attack them. The newcomers killed my friend. That's one we're not doing.
Have it your way. Goodbye.
I do want to kill that bloater for a little bit of standing, though. Another request I keep getting is that people want me to use guns. They're like, oh, make it basically... I know what they're thinking. They're like, make it as action-packed as possible. You know, use all the guns. That sounds like a really fun idea on paper. But I will tell you why it doesn't work in practice, and that's because when you use guns without a silencer, you're going to get a whole ton of zombies, and you're like, yeah, that's the point. You know, it'd be fun. It'll be tons of zombies. Well,
Okay.
tons of zombies means tons of ammunition being shot, and tons of ammunition being shot means running out of ammo very quickly. In fact, without a massive, absolutely massive supply of ammo, I would run out of it extremely quickly. And then, instead of having a ton of fun killing a bunch of zombies with guns, we will be killing them with rocks and sticks. That is what would happen with guns. That's all of them. Let's go ahead and scout. Hoping to find a survey car. That would be convenient.
That is one sweet ride.
Utility truck. That'll have a repair kit in it. So let's mark the utility truck so I don't forget about it.
We got a whole horde of them here.
Or plague heart.
That's enough scouting for now.
What? A Brogan Trekker. That's a really good vehicle. We need to go get that as well. I am more than willing to trade this vehicle for the Trekker. Kind of want them both, actually, so I might use a wizard van to recover this vehicle. We climb over these pipes? No, we cannot. Oh, this vehicle is severely damaged, but come on. Can I get in the... I don't want to turn the engine on.
Honestly, I'm kind of amazed by how much we've already accomplished.
Can I get a peek? Yes. Don't know why I took the ammo, but why not? Oh, there's a gas station here, and a fire department can often have gasoline as well, so let's give it a look-see.
Well, it's something.
We're getting so many of those that we can actually sell some of them off. They're actually worth a decent amount of influence.
Yep, I got nothing here.
Okay, now to climb up. In other news, I guess I should do a channel update. I did complete the audio for the computers episode. I did finish the audio mastering. And it took the mastering process, reduced the length of the video from about 25 minutes to 20 minutes. So it shaved off 5 minutes in the process of doctoring up all the takes. Overall, it's a lot longer than I thought it would be because computers is not as complicated as chemistry. I thought chemistry would be like basically one of the longest ones, but the issue was that there turned out to be quite a few experiments to do. There were a lot of like abilities to test and stuff like that, and that ate up a lot of screen time. However, it is actually a fairly interesting episode, especially if you haven't really explored computers. I think there will be a lot of interesting questions answered in it. This looks like it'll have gas. I want to start up the State of Decay 1. The story playthrough, but I need to do Deltarune first. I'll freely admit, like, I'm intimidated by the last episode of Deltarune because the secret boss is quite difficult, and it's like it's an irrational fear. I'm more than aware of it. Yet I cannot deny that I have a sense of trepidation. That's the word I'll use for that final episode. Which is why I have been putting it off. Nope, it's not gonna work twice. You can do that get up quick and ambush me once, but you can't do it twice. Okay, that must be the last one over there. On the back wrap of an envelope in faded blue ink, bread, OJ the good stuff, milk, the ice cream with the late night guy on the label, and snacks for the game night. Sounds like it's people having a gaming get-together, and judging by the prevalence of these cathode ray TVs, I estimate the year is in the 90s, I believe. If I remember correctly, in the 90s, the flat screen TVs, they either weren't a thing or they weren't widely adopted. And that means that since there's references to the Xbox in this, it's very likely that they are hosting a Xbox LAN party. When I was a kid, we would do those. We would hook up 4 of the original Xboxes together and play Halo with 16 people. And the difference is that it wouldn't be online. It would be 16 people that you actually knew. One of the guys, his name was Jonathan Sador. He would later become the valedictorian of my graduation year. He was obviously quite brilliant. And he earned his screen name in Halo because he wouldn't make his own account. He wouldn't make his own name, basically. So we're playing Halo, everyone's got different names, you know, like Ponzor22, you know those names, etc. But there was one guy, and he didn't have a custom paint job or anything, just this Spartan in gray, and his name was Default. And when he killed people, it would say, like, Ponzor77 was killed by default. I'm like, what? They were killed by default? Like, what does that mean? Like, how are you killed by default? And then we realized that, no, it was actually a Spartan who never bothered to customize their name, and so their name was just default. And after we found out it was Jonathan Sador, who just did not care that, it just wasn't, it just something he didn't value, creating a name and whatnot. We just started calling him Default Jonathan, and that became his nickname, Default Jonathan. It's one of those things where you don't get to choose your nickname, really. Like, real nicknames, at least. Real nicknames are given, not really chosen. And his was Default. And I'll always remember that. I mean, I'll always remember that he was a valedictorian, but I'll always remember that when I invited him over, when I hosted the Halo tournament, or the Halo get-together, that's how he earned one of his nicknames. My bolt's back. Put this stuff back. And we definitely got a lot of great stuff from that run. What else can we find? Why don't we go in the opposite direction this time? Let's go right here, I guess. One of the first things I like... actually, let me go get a crummy painkiller just to refill my health. Knowledge... Oh, there's the dead feral still. Knowledge is power, and scouting is one of the first things I like to do. Like, when I'm just taking my time, like right now, I'm just kind of playing the game. I don't feel like I'm in a rush to do anything. One of the first things I like to do is just obtain as much information as I can, which is ironic because I'm also not someone who looks up guides. I'm not someone who likes to look everything up. I like to figure things out myself, which is definitely less efficient for the accumulation of knowledge. And I don't hold it against people who do want to look things up. That's just my style. And the result is that I learn slower, but more thoroughly, typically. Slower because there's a lot of things that I could have learned faster by looking it up, but more thoroughly because I'm poring over the details, and I tend to think a little more outside of the box as a result because I am coming up with my own ideas. For example, I don't really watch too many guides that other people make on State of Decay. Not because I'm like, oh, I make the best guides. These people are like, and they suck. That's not the reason. but rather because I have a tendency to just come up with my own ideas. And that is my thing, coming up with my own ideas. Sometimes my own ideas parallel others, and I can get accused of, like, copying other people, but it's very rare that I look up other people's guides in order to even cross-reference ideas. I do, however, from time to time, I can't remember the name of his channel, I could have just gave him a shout-out. Though I don't think shout-outs are the key to growing your channel. I think, you know, some people are really concerned with getting shout-outs for their channel, but shout-outs are not the key to growing your channel. Very high-quality content. That is the key to growing your channel, and consistency. The highest quality content that you are capable of making at the moment, and consistency. And if that quality isn't high enough, then you must learn how to make higher quality content. It's, in other words, there's no easy way around it, you know, it's... What is that, a utility truck? Oh, maybe we'll get a repair kit from it. Where's the last ones at? That's what I hate about scouting. Oh my gosh, why can't I find it? I feel so stupid when I can't find them because they're... Wait. Yeah, I thought I heard that ticking noise when you... Oh, there's one.
That's enough scouting for now.
Like, I guess I'm just bad at Where's Waldo. Just notice that this guy has a red backpack with a green jacket, which is actually a complementary color scheme. If you were to look at a color pie, a color wheel rather, and if you choose colors on the opposite side of the color wheel, they tend to look really good together. One of the flaws is that this is kind of 50% green, 50% red. You actually don't want to do it that way. You want one color to dominate and let the other color be basically a highlight. If you look at the end screen, like where it says, hey, thanks for watching before my episodes end, if you pause right there, you'll notice that the background is not black, it's actually extremely dark blue, and then my logo, the fox, is a bright orange, but it's a very small quantity of the color compared to the blue, and if you looked on a color pie, you would find that blue and orange are on opposite sides of the color pie. So I did not choose those colors at random. Now, there are other ways to do color schemes besides that. It's just good stuff to know anytime you play a game where you can create your own character and choose their colors. But that is one way to do it. I guess I'll give you another tip. Don't use saturated colors very often. Saturated are basically extremely vibrant colors. Always use, like, darker or dimmer colors. And that's how you prevent yourself from looking like a Power Ranger, unless your goal is to look like a Power Ranger. This area here is not going to have a whole lot, so we'll scout that area manually. I see it a lot in Warframe, because in Warframe you're able to customize the color of your Warframe, and a lot of people, they have these extremely, like, loud greens and reds, and they use, like, stark blacks, or, well, there's only one black, but they use, like, a stark, deep color like black, and then these really extremely loud reds and greens, and they just wind up looking like a Power Ranger, and that's because the colors are too stark, meaning there's too much contrast between them, and the colors are too saturated. Okay, let's... Actually, this one right here looks pretty good. Look at my character is tired, so I need to be a little careful. In Nightmare Zone, your fatigue penalty from tiredness, it fills up fast.
Where's that plague heart hiding?
The plague heart. Yeah, I'm like, should I be talking more about State of Decay, I wonder? You know, right now I can't think of anything to talk about State of Decay. But I am in a conversational mood at the moment. So we're going to want to try to avoid combat where possible, so let's crouch and just try to get away from them. The end of her. Doesn't use any stamina to shoot our gun. We're good. We'll climb up, and we're not going to sprint up to save on our stamina penalty. Means it's a bit of a climb up this massive tower, some kind, a cell tower. I was about to call it a pylon. I guess it's technically a pylon as well. Must construct additional. Whenever I hear the word pylon, that's what I think. You must construct additional pylons. Coming from my PC background. Oh, what are you doing?
These damn screamers always give me headaches.
Yeah, I would take a shot at it if the icon wasn't blocking it.
Looks like
Maybe I'll take a shot at it anyways. Although it'll scream if I injure it and I don't kill it. We're revealing a ton with this one. This one was a much better choice than some of the other ones. See a medical tent in the background.
Got a big fat bloater here.
Loader.
That's enough scouting for now.
Stupid icon is in the way. Down we go. Check my trunk space. Let's not sprint. Okay, we don't have any cargo. Let's go ahead and loot some of this stuff. So far, this is a very peaceful episode.
We could use this.
In other words, a boring episode. Let's go ahead and refuel while we're stopped and it's peaceful, and never know when the game will suddenly decide to make it less peaceful. This will probably be more chemicals.
More of the same.
Very well. It's funny, ever since crossbows came out, wrong, gotta use past tense, not present tense, that's proper grammar. Ever since the crossbows came out, I really have not used guns at all. And it really shows the effectiveness of crossbows. I know people love guns, and they probably think crossbows are dumb. And it's probably true in most situations, but in this game, crossbows are amazing. They were even good in Standard Zone, but they have become insanely good. Are they both locked?
This place is
Whatever. Gonna unlock this door, and we're gonna go crouch. Didn't draw as much as I thought it would. This is one of the things I really like about scouting, is that when I make noise, I don't have to wonder where the zombies are. I don't have to wonder what direction they're coming from. I can see them, and I can plan what direction of the building I'm gonna do. I can see, you know, how riled up they are, if they're running around like crazy. Very convenient. Where's the last one at? Probably on the roof. Can I see it through the walls? No, I cannot. Maybe it's over here and I just didn't notice it. Or maybe I specifically can't see it through the wall, through the roof. Either way, it's probably not more fuel.
This place. Better move on.
Let's head back to base. Let this character rest. Ladislaw has gathered quite a bit of supplies, so he's more than earned it. Fortunately, that horde has wandered by as well. So how do we get out of here? Right here. That's our way out.
Honestly, I'm kind of amazed by how much we've already accomplished.
Oh, wait. Yes, I can. I can go right through here. Squish him just because I'm a jerk. And then they're gonna scream and get mad about it.
Don't waste time theorizing where Zeds came from, or we can get busy with the work of killing them. There'll be plenty of time for philosophy when they're dead.
I want to see Undead Labs do more with the two factions, because you've got your Red Talon and you've got your network. If you've played the Mass Effect games, then you know about the Paragon and the Renegade system. That's basically what Red Talon and Network are. You've got Red Talon, the Renegade, and then you've got the Network, which is the Paragon. They're also kind of like order versus freedom, because the Red Talon obviously embodies strict martial order. You know, they are a military organization that is continuing its hierarchy, continuing its operations, even after the central command structure of the US government has ended. But then you've got the Network, which seems to be kind of more of a loose alliance, a network of individuals that are not directly bound to the network. That's kind of the way I get the impression. Like, this is not set in stone lore, but I get the impression that the network are people who just kind of agree to work together, but they're not bound to work together. They're not forced to work together. And I'm hoping that Undead Labs is going to do more with them. Kind of bring in maybe even a conflict between the two. Maybe a... But leave that in the trunk. I would like to see even a Network versus Red Talon. Like, you know, maybe instead of fighting the zombies, you know, we just can't help it. You know, it's our human nature. We just can't get along. You know, we can't just agree to fight the zombies. No, we gotta fight each other. Guess he's just gonna hang on to this. I should have grabbed that spare weapon, but I wasn't thinking about it. Put him on guard duty. I believe we have this, so we can go ahead and make some bloater grenades. And it doesn't hurt us either, because bloater cloud grenades require gasoline, not medicine. Organize our supplies a little bit. That's fine. So let's go talk to Eric, who's just looking a little out of it. You all right, Eric? He's like, yeah, he's just kind of like mumbling, you know, I don't know. He's like, might have developed some social disorder. Oh, wait, he's got a fork. And he's eating. That's a really big fork too. Like that fork seems really massive compared to my silverware. And he's eating from a invisible, I presume, a canister. He's definitely. Is he hallucinating? You know, he's like kind of going through his old life. You know, what is he doing? Anyways. That's for someone smarter than me to figure out. There's some arms dealer in the small warehouse calling themselves the Outsiders. They've got a huge cache of weapons, most likely stolen. Thanks for the intel on it. Make sure we obtain our bloater grenades. That's an important thing. Let's also obtain... I thought we had a med kit, but we don't. Okay, basically back where we came from. Oh man, that sucks. I don't think we have a, I don't think we have the thing they want. Of course it went just... It's like, it flew just barely over his head. It must have, like, went through his hair. I don't think we have one of those gas generators.
Too loud.
No, we do not. That's annoying. I hate looking for the gas generators. They tend to be very erratic, so we're probably going to wind up losing them.
Heading your way, come hell or high water.
Well, might as well see what they have before they probably wind up leaving, because whenever you need a gas generator, you can't find it. That tends to be how it works. Got this juggernaut who still has not left. That's fine, he can stay there. He's not hurting anyone. Maybe the sun's radiation will kill him just standing out there in the open.
Please come in. We're mi casa, su casa, or whatever.
Talk to Trinity. Here she is. I guess I'll go find one.
See you soon, I hope.
Can I trade? Nope. Nope, can't trade. I have no idea where to find a gas generator, so I guess we'll just have to keep searching warehouse locations and just hope for the best. Always a good strategy. Hoping for the best. That's a top Fox strategy. It's a 200 IQ strategy. Must have 200 IQ to rely on hoping for the best. Let's just cut across here. This is Mare Valley. This is Mare Valley. We can cut across wherever we want. Just about wherever we want. There's the bridge. This used to be Ladislaw's old stomping grounds.
Nice to see you. Not.
Come on in. Just don't fuck up or you'll be fed food.
Where are they all located? We got 1, 2. I thought there was 3 of them. Okay, there are 3 of them. I want to talk to the one that's closest to the...
Hello.
Let's get down to business.
Okay, I guess so.
So here's the problem. Let's switch the quest. Yoon. So Yoon is the one who's the farthest away, meaning I'm basically surrounded. Let's see what our talking options are. Let's see if we can do this non-violently. Uh-oh.
Hell no.
That's the sound of uncooperation. Let's try again.
Time for you to go straight to hell.
Whoa, good thing I dodged. Literally just in time. Lots of dodging is needed to avoid getting headshot. You can't be hit during the dodge, so... dodging. Lots of it. Oh, that was a little premature.
I'm only saying this once, but thank you. We now have more weapons and fewer enemies. This is the road to peace.
I was hoping I'd be able to recruit her. So what did we pick up? Landmine, M4, katana. No better than nothing. Actually, we do need melee weapons, so that's fine. Darn, I was hoping that we'd be able to absorb her, basically a hostile takeover. Take this. Actually take all of that except for the close combat weapon. Put some stuff in the... where's our vehicle at? Right here. I'm getting the impression that it's time to make an outpost. Let's make, I don't know. How about a fuel outpost? Why the heck not?
This place has outpost written all over it.
Fuel outpost? Check. Quickly loot this stuff up. Parts? Oh, 22. That's a decent amount.
This might be useful. Emphasis on might.
Let's get this stuff out of there and put it in the outpost. Put that in. There's a ton of warehouses here, so maybe before the episode ends, I can find one of those fuel tanks. Or not fuel tanks, one of those portable gas generators. Because the place you're going to find it is typically in a warehouse.
It sucks that we can't enjoy these quiet moments anymore.
Because I'm going to try to loot these really quickly, I'm probably not going to take anything except for parts, weapons, and rucksacks.
Typical.
Unless there's just something absolutely spectacular that I have to take. There's a mod that can be sold, so we will take that. Also, we do have our outpost there, so maybe I'll take more. Because we can just return these to the outpost. I forgot about that. Okay, so this one was a bust. Still had decent stuff in it, but... and it did have a mod, but it didn't have the right mod. It's funny that the one time I don't have them, because like, I kept saving them just in the event that an ally would ask for it. And it's just, it would be that way, that when I don't have one, that's when they would ask for it. But when I've got like 2 or 3 of them on reserve,
Sight nor scent of Zeds.
they don't want any. They used to ask for these all the time when the game first came out. It was ridiculous. You just couldn't keep up with the supply. You couldn't keep up with the demand. They must have greatly reduced the probability of them asking for it. Yeah, this one should at least give me a rucksack of materials.
Nothing here.
Wow, didn't even give me a rucksack of materials. That guy wants in, but doesn't matter because we are heading elsewhere.
I should probably take a break before I fall over.
Check this car real quick. Oh, weapon, I'll take it.
Looks like nobody else is home.
Come on, give me a portable gas generator. That's what I need. Portable gas generator. Pile of weapon remains. That's 50 parts, so that's not bad. Not a portable gas generator, though. What is this going to be? Medicine? Snacks. Basically the same thing. Let's shut him up before he attracts more zombies by banging on the door. This is probably going to be the rucksack, but will it also have a mod in it? It will have the rucksack and no mod. Not surprising. Mods are not especially common. Okay, that was the wrong way.
Hey, got a problem over here. Could you folks help us out?
Tell you what, I got a problem right here. I need a portable gas generator.
For you. Can we meet up?
Oh, looks like I forgot to turn the volume of my computer off. Hopefully you did not hear that noise. So what other quests do we have? Wandering Trader? Why would you trade? Why would you wander to trade right next to a... Well, I guess it's an excuse to destroy it. And it's not that far away. And there's still daylight, so we can cut across. Oh gosh, it's rocky. But fortunately, we had enough speed to get over the rocks. I am quite pessimistic about finding that gas generator. Quite pessimistic about it. Loader. Up about 70 meters.
A bloater!
A bloater. Okay, there's the screamer. Let's break the glass and deal with them.
One helpful soul to pitch in for a minute.
My trigger finger's itchy.
Go get this guy over here. God, there's one banging on the outside and one banging on it from the inside. It's like, who would win? Would the door open outwards or would the door open inwards?
Hey there.
I have a supplier with a line on some interesting looking equipment.
Sure.
Ah, it's a Zed Hunter merchant. However, I don't think we really need to buy anything from him. We already have good Zed Hunter stuff. So while this would have been extremely valuable in other cases, it's not valuable in this case. Too bad. The rookie mistakes. I guess that's my chance to kind of redeem myself for getting them killed. The gearheads killed. I can't remember what their name was.
Coming your way, whether you like like
Let's
me or
check this
not?
quest out, see what they want, and then we'll call it quits because it is almost our hour up. Bad aim. It's funny, I even have a control freak for this controller. If you've never heard of a control freak, it's basically... It's like basically a little cover that you put on top of your analog to make your analog taller. And it can improve your accuracy in shooter games quite a bit once you get used to the additional height. But I have not played competitive shooters in a pretty long time, so it is not currently... Okay, so that's not good. What we want to do is kind of just run a few of these... Oh man, we keep running into more enemies. So instead, I guess I'm going to drive over here and run the Screamer over. Just to get him silent for good. I missed. I didn't run him over. Let's try this again. Come around. And now he's hard to run over.
Look, we all need to learn how to kick some ass. How about we build a fighting gym?
And now we can try to park somewhere. Oh no. Oh noes. Oh noes. I knew I heard something. It's like Jurassic Park when you hear like the T-Rex's foot stomps. I'm like, wait, what is that? Like, all I need is the You know what? He's just gonna have to... All these zombies here? All because the Screamer screamed twice. Thinking about solutions. Let me mark the jug so I can keep track of them. Gosh, everywhere I can't find an area that's just empty of zombies, so I can try to start thinning them out. Right here.
I see a lot of zombies coming in. They shouldn't put up much of a fight.
Okay, good. They're starting to snap back. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that juggernaut, though, unless that guy that's... You know what? I might be able to... Okay, we're gonna try it the stealthy way. Three screamers. Some weird graffiti. She looks pissed. Look at her like slanty eyebrows, and she's this is like this anger. Yeah, get in that water. It's dirty. It's wet work. Like literally. Okay, good. The Juggernaut's actually decently far away. What do you want? Trying to find my daughter. I could really use...
I'm happy to hear that.
Sure, I'll help. I have a feeling this is not going to end well, but I'll help.
Sheriff, we'd be in bad shape. Here's a little something as a thank you gift.
Where did we put the car? There it is. Climb over. I wonder if he does the same thing. How does he follow? Yeah, he just kind of like derps it up, but more. It looks like he stays quiet. That's the important part. Keep Reginald alive. I don't like the sound of that quest objective.
Undead coming in.
Gosh, all these arrows everywhere. What part of the bloater is this? Oh, it's his arm. Okay. Get the last bolt. Where is his objective? Right there. Okay. Not that far away.
Having a plague heart move in must really fuck up property values.
There is a bloater in the road. Let's not run it over.
One day at a time. That's how we're gonna get through this. One day at a time.
Quiet, please. Thank you. I don't think they will see either me nor him.
Hey, can you hear me?
So now's your chance to place your bets. Is she alive or dead? So his name is Reginald and his daughter's name is Kiana. Like very different ethnic names. Oh my god, really? You're gonna be lucky if either of you come out alive of this.
No.
Time to reload.
I wonder if that was his daughter right there, man. He'd be going to town on her if that's the case. Just playing this, like, somber music in the background.
Sorry for the bastards who left all this behind.
Give me my bolts. I'm guessing this is her. Did you people make any more noise? The answer's obviously yes. He could start shooting with his unsilenced weapon. Look at all these guys. You just make a small amount of noise and you just have all these guys here. This is what I'm talking about. If I was using guns... Oh my gosh. Why would you do it? Why would you do it? You know what? We're just going to console him about his loss.
This just isn't fair.
And I'm just going to get the heck out of here. Nope, you're not joining us.
Okay. Thanks, I guess.
See ya.
You're way too loud. And now we're gonna abandon him. This man is, he does not have the minimum 200 IQ needed to join my community. And now that I am free of the Rousey method, I can leave people for dead. I can abandon them. I can abandon them. There's still a little bit of Rousey left in me, you know, that's why we helped them, even though I didn't really think we would profit from it, and we did not. And I will still continue to try to help people, you know, we're gonna have some of the Rousey rule in effect. It's not gonna be in full effect, but it's gonna be partially in effect. We'll see if we can get them to defend the base. Wow, this is really bumpy. Watch it expire just as I get there. Oh, -3 ammo. Wah, 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 wah. Let's go ahead and kill that screamer. Let's quickly get inside the base to trigger the siege.
Everyone fights. No one quits.
Let's go ahead and repair my weapon. Well, let's check its condition first. Yeah, it can go a little
We got
further.
a juggernaut here.
Oh, come on. Come on. Come on.
Figure out who's in charge around here.
Let me bring out this just in case we need a little bit of help. Oh, good. We don't need help. Oh, and we get the 100 influence. Even better. BFG. Oh, gosh! I saw him at the last minute. Oh my gosh. And I don't have sniper support to kill him conveniently. Maybe I have a pipe bomb? Anything. Disposable weapons. This'll do. Where's that feral at? There we go. You'll be fine, Eric. I mean, it's only going to worsen your psychological trauma, where you'll probably start pretending to eat more food out of invisible containers, but you know, you'll be fine. Trust me on it. We've been through 4 campaigns. What's an additional endless campaign? What's it to you, Eric? They're really that big of a deal? You need to toughen up. You need to tighten up.
So, we live to die another day.
I believe that should get Seraphina to max. Yep. Pre-packed gear plus 5 light carry capacity, which is terrible. Has very niche uses with marathon, but otherwise pretty awful. Put all this back and put her back on guard duty. This weapon away. Just grab, I don't know, any old machete. Let's go back to our vehicle and dump that stuff in. Yes, we can put 1 more in, and we can put 2 of those in. How are our supplies looking? Medicine it could be better, but it also could be worse. Like, we only lose 2 today, so it's not that bad. Fuel parts, fuel materials looking good. Materials actually not looking good, considering that 1 building upgrade is going to devour them. Food is alright. Probably about time that we build something, so let's go ahead and get a garden building. Kiss 10 of our materials goodbye.
We need to quiet down. We're drawing way too much attention.
And I guess Seraphina's kind of our leader at the moment, since she's the only one who is maxed out in standing, so we'll let her sign out. So, episode 2. We need 6 people to move into Squelones Brewery, which should be somewhere around here. I think it's that right there. I think that's the... Well, no, it's right here. There it is, because I know it's right across the street from this fire department. That's our goal right here. We need 3 more people. We could have took that guy in, but let's be honest here. That guy, he needs 200 IQ to join, and anyone who pops off when they could easily just beat them up in melee combat, they definitely do not have the 200 IQ necessary to join the Fox squad. Other than that, we did get a lot of supplies. We helped some people where we could. Probably going to fail the request to get the portable gas generator, but that's just State of Decay for you. They always ask for the stuff you don't have, and when you have it stocked up, they don't want it. At any rate, like this episode, if it was entertaining, probably not. Did do a whole lot. Lots of slow-paced looting. So, you know, if you hate me for this episode, I understand. I hate me for this episode. So it's all good. It's all good. But anyways, you should subscribe anyways if you haven't already for future boring looting content that we can both hate together. And at the end of the day, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.